guys, what's up? It's Leisure Gaming and Morbid Fantasy, and we're in Carnies reviewing Carnies. Now, this is still an ongoing process of a park, so just so you guys know, okay, so currently it has 33 games. We played through them all in the previous episodes, and now we are going to be giving our review on the current state of the park before he adds more stuff, okay? So, first I'm going to let Morbid talk about the good things, the bad things, the stuff that could be changed, and his score. So go ahead, Morbid.
Oh, let's see. The good, there's quite a few games in here that are actually really fun.
Uh-huh.
And I enjoyed them, and I'm sure a lot of other people out there would enjoy them as well, as long as you can give them a chance and download the map.
Uh-huh.
Play with a couple of friends. The downfall is it's ugly. Story. It needs to be a little bit more appealing visually. The buildings need to be a lot better. The redstone needs to be hidden a little nicer. The layout is a little funky.
Uh-huh.
Hard to get used to. I'm sure if you're in here for a while, you'd get used to the layout and where the games are.
Yeah.
But as a new person coming in, you might want to put some land markers or that kind of thing, some marker boards around to let people know.
Uh-huh.
Sleep stations would be a really good one.
Oh, no, he did have sleep stations. He had beds in certain areas.
Yeah, but closer to, like, every couple of games.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean, okay.
Yeah, you need a little bit more for sleep stations.
Okay.
I would give this, a thumbs up for some people to try, that's for sure.
What would you give it out of a 10 so far?
So far, I'd push around a 5.
Okay.
So far. 5 to a 6.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. You can tell it's a definite work in progress.
Okay.
Because there were some games that, you couldn't play or were incompleted so far.
Uh-huh.
So, and a few little twerks or tweaks and twerks.
Ha, twerk. Hold on. Twerk. Twerk. Okay, keep it going. Keep going.
A few little tweaks here and there, and, a lot of the games are really fun.
Okay.
I enjoyed a lot of them.
Okay. My turn. Okay, the good. Okay, like you said, I'm going to agree with you. There is quite a few original games. Pretty interesting, pretty unique. I like that, like, he did the signs, so it wasn't confusing telling what you were supposed to do. I never did see any single hidden, ender eyes or anything around the park, though. I was kind of confused about that, but I thought it was a nice little touch. I like the entrance, the ding. That's cool. I like the gift shop. There's certain stuff that I did like that I thought was unique. Like visual style. Like I said, there's some original games here which were cool. Now the bad. Oh, God, where do I start? Okay, and mind you, I am not mad because of what he said. So when I say this, take this as constructive criticism. Like Morbid said, it's freaking ugly as sin. The buildings are, you can see all the redstone, it's blocky. I understand he wanted to make it compact. Here's the prison breakout that we weren't able to do. Here's the prison yard and all that. But yeah, it's another good thing. I really liked the boat race. I thought that was really cool. Very well done. But yeah, like the game, the buildings themselves are just ugly. Very, not very much style. And I also like the boardwalk games. That was another thing I liked. But it's very cluttered. Not spaced out. I understand he was going for a compact thing. There's not too much scenery. I know he said that on the sign. He didn't want scenery and he didn't care about, visual style and looks. But one thing you got to understand about this community on the Xbox is there's a lot of kids. A lot of kids download the amusement parks, not adults. And kids would come into this and look at it and leave. Especially when you got stuff like Notchland, Lion Cub Park, And soon, Morbid Fantasy's being shown off by a well-to-known YouTuber, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But when you got that as competition, hey, I'm just doing a little promoted. But when you got that for competition, then you got to raise it up a level. You know, like he says that he doesn't think that coasters and visual style works. It is important. I do think it is. It sells your product.
Right.
And as a park, I'll go a little bit more generous than you did. You lean toward the 5 to 6. I'll give it 6 to 7. But I would strongly recommend to this guy, spruce up your buildings a bit. Add some like decals, some pixel art, something to attract the kids. Because right now, as it is, I guarantee a lot of people that downloaded this from Q Dangler are just going to turn around and walk out. Or go to Notchland or some other park. They may play it here and there, but overall, I just don't think that they'll play it overall. What do you think, Morbid?
I think it's worth a good playthrough 1 or 2 times, and then I would get bored with it.
Yeah.
Nothing to look at. You know, there's nothing that pulls me. I'm very visual.
Yep.
And my park itself is very visual.
Yeah, same thing here.
Art and everything all over the place.
Yep.
So you always have something to look at.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of dead space. I understand that he didn't want it to look that way, and this is how he wants it, and that's great for him.
Yeah.
If he likes it, all the power to him. When we build in theme parks,
yeah.
For myself personally, I didn't build for anybody else other than me and my kids.
Yep.
So if anybody else doesn't like it, that's their choice.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm very visual, and this, to me, I would never download this map personally to play.
There you go.
There's a lot of fun games, and I would play them, but I would not download this map myself.
Okay.
I did have a lot of fun with you having it, and
yeah.
I find that you have it, but you know, I'll stick to stuff like the Fantasyland or Notchland.
Thank you.
Lion Cub Park.
I appreciate it.
I'll stick to parks like that because they're visually appealing and the games are really fun.
Now, one thing I will say is that there is a download link for this down below in the description if you want to download it. I would recommend downloading it and playing it through with your friends. Just know that you might get bored while going through it, just like Morbid Fantasy said. You know, like, check out some of the games that we went through and choose your favorites to come in and play, you know? Because I don't think that this, like we were talking about, the artistic style... Oh, I'm starting to starve to death. We gotta wrap this up. I don't think that it will keep you going, you know, like, through the whole entire park. You know, there's just... You'll kind of get bored with it halfway through and just be like, yeah, okay, let's move on to something else. But
I do want to see this more coming soon.
Yes.
I'd like to see what he does with the park.
I agree. I do want to see where he's coming because the score may go up from here on. You know,
That's right.
But so far, outside of my park, I do say that Morbid's is the best outside of mine. I say,
if anybody does want to see that, inside of Leisure Gaming's, he did a review on it as well. So if you want, you can always click onto his channel, go down to Carnies Reviewing Carnies,
and Fantasyland.
Be able to watch some episodes of Fantasyland.
Yep. So the way I would rank it so far would be Notchland 1. And I actually I honestly think your park is tied with mine. I will say that we're tied at number 1. Number 2, I would say would be Lion Cub Park. And number 3, I would say would be this one. So yeah. What do you think, Maury? Do you think that's fair?
Pretty close.
How would you rate it?
Yeah, I'd probably... well, I think it would be tied. Who was it? What was the last park that we did? I can't remember.
Oh, well, I forgot all about Heated Barrels Park. Hold on. So it would be mine tied with yours, then Lion Cub, then Heated Barrels PvP Park, then this one. Sorry.
There you go.
That's the way I would go in it so far. Maybe he'll bump up ahead of Heated Barrels PvP Park, the more he adds. Another thing, I get a visual style. It looks like Heated Barrels PvP Park. you know, but at least he added some pixel art and some other stuff, a lot more than this guy did. I will give Hia Barrels that. So yeah.
It's a bit to look at.
Yeah.
But amusement park, no. PvP park, yes.
Yeah, I would call this a PvP park. So if you download it, go in knowing that.
Just standing here where I am, I don't feel excited to be here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's the first thing that I thought when I saw at the gate. I was like, nah. But the games were worth, like, don't judge a book by its cover, as they say. Go into this park and play it, have fun with your friends, and that's all Minecraft is about.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Give it a shot.
Yep.
You might like it, you might not. If you don't, you can always move on to something else.
Yep.
And if you do, then you found a great map you can play with your friends.
There you go.
Or family, or whoever you want.
Yep.
But
And until the next park, this is Morbid Fantasy and Leisure Gaming. Sign out before I start to death. Peace.